Hello everybody, today I'm going to be showing you how I go about creating the BMS Breakout board for Nintendo Switch OLED V1 and V2. You can also do this with the Switch Lite. I'll make another video about that at a later date. It's pretty much the exact same process, um, but the only problem with the Switch Lite is obviously you've got the daughter board, which is where the power button goes into. So you start off by taking away a lot of this casing around an old Switch OLED or Switch V1, V2 battery. So you pull it all away. This does take quite a while. I don't want to be pushing down too much with my blade, cutting it all away. Obviously, I'm probably not the safest when I'm using a blade, so just this is educational purposes only. Don't follow what I do exactly. Make sure you are being safe. So keep on pulling it away. The really handy thing about this BMS board is if you have a bench power supply, you can power the Nintendo Switch OLED V1 or V2 board off the bench power supply. Depending on the amp draw, um, you can sort of diagnose issues with the Nintendo Switch. Retro6 has a really great web page which will show you the amp draws and what they relate to. There is one in relation to the BQ Max IC, there's the EMMC, there's all sorts. It just basically diagnoses first stage boot and why the Nintendo Switch might not be getting past first stage boot. So I'm still pulling all the adhesive away, all the stickers away. Um, in a moment, you'll see that it all pulls completely out, and it will expose the two, the sort of battery positive, battery negative terminals. Which there we go, we can now see them. I'm just going to keep on pulling away some more of this sticker. It will keep on getting stuck to my hand, so I will pull it all away and put it in the bin in a moment. So as you can see here, picked up the knife, now all stuck to my hands. So that's all going to go straight in the bin. There we go, it's all I really need to take off at this point. So I'm now going to grab my snips in just a moment, pull that out a bit more so it's exposing both the connectors. So I've got my snips, just cut through that and cut through this one, and we can put the actual battery off to the side now. I'll still pull away a bit more of this because I don't really want to be going burning paper when I'm desoldering these two remaining battery terminals. Right, there we go. Can't really get much more off there. So I'm going to take my soldering iron, zoom that in a bit more so you can see it. Put a bit of flux on there as well. And take some fresh solder on my soldering iron and just remove these two bits of metal. Flick that away. Same with this side, just remove that. Put my soldering iron away and I'll move those two bits out the way. That's a little bit hot, so again, don't follow exactly what I do, be safe about it, but this is just how I operate. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some probes. These are my old probes. Obviously you can see all the tips are completely bent up. They're a bit too big. I'm just snip the two probes off. I'm only really after the wires. I'm not after the probes themselves. You can pick these up for a couple of quid. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove some of the insulation from the end of the wires. I'll do this a little bit off screen here because, well, just because I do, I suppose. So I remove as much of that as I can. There we go, and I'm going to twizzle this round. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of flux and a little bit of fresh solder. I'll do the exact same with this one. Remove the insulation at the ends. Twizzle it around now, just so I'm not fraying it as I'm trying to do this. And just take my snips here and I'll cut this off. And again, apply a little bit of flux and a little bit of fresh solder. I've exposed quite a lot of wire here, so I will in a moment be removing some of this. Here we go. Doesn't need to be long, just needs to be short, stubby little bits. And there we go. So I'm now going to solder the black wire to B minus. This didn't go too smoothly. I kept on burning my fingers. So just going to try and get that soldered onto there. I find that I probably had my soldering iron temperature a little bit too high. It wasn't staying stuck down. So I'll carry on doing this. I'll make a bit of a pig's ear out of it. You can see there the wire's coming away before the solder's being given a chance to solidify. Apologies for the autofocus there. I think it might be focusing more on my hands than it is actually the BMS. See, it's not looking great down there. It's a little bit melted, which I will address in just a moment. You can see it's on there. It is solid, but it's not exactly how I want it to be. So I'll apply a little bit on this side. We'll then take the red wire. I'll tin it up first. Take the red wire in just a moment, and we'll solder that to B positive. The great thing about the way I do this as well is you don't need the resistor. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I just found that with a little bit of investigation work, I found that you could solder the B minus battery connector to a little B minus test point, and that made it work. I'm sure there'll be someone else who's much smarter than I am in the comments that can say exactly why it works doing it this way without having the 10k resistor. Right, so I went away and I did trim that black probe down a bit further. It was getting on my nerves how messy it looked, so I went away, redid it. Now just clean up the rest of the BMS board. Again, it's not perfect. If you are doing this and looking to use it permanently, I would suggest clean it up a bit better than I have. This is purely just to show you how it's done. So that's it done. I'm now going to take a little bit of orange wire, which I'm just getting now, and I'm going to solder one end to that little tiny test point down there, and then solder the other end to the terminal itself. Because I'm starting to burn my hands a little bit here, so I've had to come away a little bit sooner than I'd like to. And I'm just going to remove the excess wire. This is a really good way of telling if you've soldered it properly as well. Obviously I'm pulling up on that wire a little bit, so you can now see that there's a little tiny wire going from B minus to that little test point. So that's that all done now, so I'm plugging it in. turning on the OLED board. I've got a Kamikaze RP2040 on here as well, just to show that it's actually booting. And then blue lights and then the flashing green is showing that it's booting. Right now it is in I suppose glitch mode, RCM mode, but that is all working perfectly.